Hello, it's Michael Ray.
Michael Ray, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. How you doing?
We're good, thanks. It's Broadway and Roxanne, and the new single is Whiskey and Rain, and I know you didn't write it. I know you don't have a lot of songs that you've cut that you've actually written. Is that something? Do you write a lot? Do you write songs?
On this EP coming up, I wrote two that are on this EP, 2 out of 6.
Well, that leads me to my next question. So it's going to be an EP, and do you know when that's going to be out?
We're looking at this summertime. We're actually honing in on the date now, and hopefully we'll have the date when we can release it soon, and hopefully be able to announce it. Right now, we just announced we're releasing a song called "Picture" that I wrote with Hardy and my buddy David Garcia, and that's been kind of where we've been focusing on these singles coming out leading up to the EP. So it'll be this summer, and hopefully here in the next few weeks we'll be able to have an announcement on the date.
Well, we know that last year, with the pandemic was tough on everybody, and you went through a very public divorce. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing good. I think, just took a lot of this last year, like everybody else did, to just reflect and grow, and a lot of different things were thrown around, and I think we all of us went through our own sort of hell in many different ways, and I think the best thing to do is to wake up and know that if you open your eyes, you got a chance to make today better than yesterday and keep moving forward.
I love it. Love the positive mindset. So we're going to hear, a little bit more about what you went through on your new EP. You said you wrote a couple songs. Are we kind of getting a little deep with it?
If about a divorce, no. But there's things that obviously people can go back and forth, and I can say this and she can say that, but that ain't my game. And
okay.
I ain't somebody trying to throw shade on anybody else. It's just not my thing, So I think honestly, I took this record to, during the EP, and I think anybody that's gone through that in any level, it doesn't have to be public. It's just in any level. But I think for me, I took this time because I went to Florida a lot. I reconnected with a lot of friends and family that I don't get to see a lot. I did more hunting than I ever been able to do.
Cool.
And so in that process, I think you do kind of like a snake. You shed the skin, and you're just kind of where do I go from here? What is this? And then you have no other choice but to reflect and grow. Or stay in that moment and just waller in it. And I think for me, it was being able to get back home and really have that time to reconnect and go, okay, wait a minute, this is what's been missing in my music. This is why I didn't do this. This is maybe why this didn't happen. And why it didn't feel this way. And so this is why this new album has the sound that it does. I think this whole album is going to be more of a reintroduction to, I think, a part of me that I wasn't showing or talking about because I was just, in a way, I don't want to say playing the game but in a way kind of. And
you kind of have to, unfortunately.
Yeah, and fortunately, I have a management and label that as soon as I went to them and said, "Here's where I want to go with it," I kind of felt like all of them was like, "Finally," I don't know why I felt like all of them were like, "Please go do it. This is what we've been waiting for." And I think it just took confidence, and I think sometimes it takes getting knocked on your butt to be able to look up and go, and realize this is where I need to be.
You got to go through some. You do.
Right, man. And I really do think that, and I agree with that. And I think that I think the only way to, when you go through some, all you gotta do is just look up and go, all right, where do we go from here? It's just let's go.
Yeah, you gotta move on. Michael Ray, thank you so much for calling us up.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Roxanne, there are two sides to every story. So
Always.
I know some people have made some judgments about Michael Ray. They're making assumptions based on some of the songs that Carly Pierce, his ex-wife now, is releasing. But there are two sides to every story. And it sounds like when he was with her, if I'm trying to read between the lines here, it sounds like he just wasn't himself. He wasn't happy being with her, which is unfortunate. But I don't know how, as an artist, how you don't make music about that. When you go through something real like that to relate to people, like something that really can relate to people, I don't know how you don't write songs about that.
Well, maybe he's not ready to write those songs yet. So maybe 5 years from now, he might.
Well, I'm not going to care 5 years from now. Tell me now.
I know, but you know what I mean? You just don't know. He's not ready to face it.